Let's cut to the chase. Without engagement, you won't have buy-in. You are left with two alternatives: force and failure. There are occasions when force works. This book is not about failure. Force works when it is okay if people don't care, or if they think you are wrong, giving bad, misguided, or rotten direction, and they're willing to do what you say because it doesn't affect them, is not detrimental in the long run, or the consequences of not doing what you say are more than they can bear. In all of these situations, people will act on your ideas only so long as someone else keeps them in front of their nose. This is called the lighthouse effect. Wherever the change leader casts her attention, it is as if a light is projected, and the people inside that light spring into action, visibly demonstrating how they are enthusiastically carrying out their mandate. But just outside the light, activity quickly slips back into chaos. This is typical of new ideas. It happens because their importance, significance, and value are not shared. Instead, they are imposed. Shared value takes place when people get together to construct the meaning of a new idea or application. Imposed value happens when one person or one group sends an idea out, as if all that is required is that others understand their intentions. This does not work for two reasons. First, people are overloaded with demands and barrages of information, as well as multiple conflicting mandates from above whose purpose they don't understand. Second, even if you can get their attention, and you will with the techniques I show you, this way of communicating by commands and directives, "Let me tell you a better way. I have the answer, the information, knowledge, and research. I have been giving it good thought and consulted with the experts, and we have figured it out," is built on the wrong communication model. I am going to show you a better one that works in the tumult of modern organizational life. This way of thinking about communication forms the core from which everything else in this book emanates. In 1996, I was working on my first large-scale change initiative at the World Bank. I was part of the small team that won international recognition for the World Bank's Knowledge Management, KM, effort. Working on this program was like driving on a racetrack that was changing its course while you steer. The course and the environment were always changing, but we made incredible progress. In 2 years, we went from an unfunded idea in a back room to $60 million in annual allocations, from no resources or incentives to every staff member receiving 2 weeks to dedicate to KM, as well as having a component of their annual evaluation dedicated to it, from no recognition to international awards. To make this happen, we had to answer questions like these. How do you penetrate the conflicting demands and mental clutter that are part of everyday business life in the 21st century? How do you penetrate the assorted messages the media constantly bombard everyone with? After you've gotten through this confusion, how do you get people's attention? Once you have their attention, what do you do with it to get people engaged, involved, and contributing? How do you coordinate this activity when you have no formal authority? To answer these questions, let's first look at the prevailing misunderstanding of how communication works, and then I will show you a much better way to think about it.